Hey Duluth, I'm Mayor Roger Reinhardt, and I welcome you to another episode of Welcome to Duluth. So this is something we do we try to do it monthly. We rotate in a mayor update with Greg Grell, kind of a la Almanac North style. But, and as a reminder, we like to have conversations with folks in our community that really fall into some different broad categories. We try to talk to a city employee routinely about what they do with the organization. We connect with some inspiring individuals. We tend to highlight our big events. So if you remember last time we did a mayor podcast, we talked about Special Olympics and the big Olympic torch run that was coming to Duluth. And then we also try to talk with key partners in our community, especially from the nonprofit sector that are doing great things. So it is that category that we're now in today. And I get to... This is going to be, Pez, this is going to be weird, man.
Hey, it's all right.
So first of all, I think everybody knows Pez. And I almost, we were chatting off camera that you can't use up your good stuff before you go live, right? Yeah. So the question, before we get into all the questions that I want to ask, how many times have you been, because we'll talk about your podcast, but how many times have you been the guest on someone else's podcast?
Oh, man. Just a couple.
All right.
Yeah, not a whole bunch.
I was hoping I was first, but...
Yeah, okay. No. Honestly, you might be like third.
Okay.
Yeah, we might be like third.
Starting my life.
So, yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. It is what it is.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I
want to talk a little bit about, your personal background, what brought you to Duluth.
Okay.
Talk about the work you're doing with the kids in our community. Want to talk about your podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about anything you want to talk about. Yeah. And then what the viewer's favorite thing is, we have 5 questions that we always end with. It's kind of like the Actors Studio, if you remember back in the days. Yep. So there are no. We like to say there are no wrong answers. There are wrong answers.
Yeah.
There's at least.
It's always a wrong answer.
So tell me a little bit. Like I know some of your story. I don't know all of your story, but
yes, wow. A lot of people don't know the full.
Where did Pez begin? I know it was not Duluth.
No. I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. From Bristol, New Jersey, South Jersey.
And should we care that South Jersey?
Big difference. Yeah, we don't North and South.
Midwesterners.
We don't like each other at all. It's a whole different state up north.
It's tiny.
Yeah, very tiny.
It's like less than St. Louis County.
Yeah, the whole state. I mean, we can get up there in an hour and a half, 2 hours, but we don't. Once you get past Trenton, another life.
Okay.
Another life. So
it's like Duluth and the Range, like. You're forced to be together, but you don't.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
Actually, that's a great comparison. Yeah, great comparison.
Rangers, we love you.
We do.
Your family.
We do.
We like to fight, but
yeah. For sure. Right. So born and raised in New Jersey, raised by my mom. My real dad got killed when I was 3. Really didn't know him growing up. But my brother's dad is who raised me, kind of took me in, and. Was a father to me before my brother was even born, so I knew, had him growing up, and good dude, not always the best influence, kind of got me into that street life, gangs, selling drugs, things like that. Just, it was what he learned, so it's what he passed down. Like you said, good dude, great heart. It's just, that was the culture where we was from, Grew up playing football my whole life, and that was a ball, and I always wanted to go to college and play, and I knew that was a goal. Got myself in some crazy predicaments, wild predicaments, just on the streets and just wilding. Was shot a couple times and stabbed, and it was bad.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. And my mom was like, okay, instead of losing you, I'm going to give you up, and she did it to a family that really showed me that I can be more than my surroundings. So I went from a 1-bedroom project apartment to a 15,000 square foot home in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very different. My brother stayed.
About what age were you?
I was 15 and a half, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my brother ended up staying with my mom. I ended up going to Pennsylvania. Had 3 brothers from that family and loved them. My pop never treated me any different than he did them. But it was eye-opening, like, man. First one, it was quiet. Didn't hear no fights or nothing. Didn't have to watch it back. It was just like, is this a real thing? You
Yeah.
know, and you get to experience like what it's like being a son.
Okay.
You know, which is big. That was big for me.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah,
Was it hard to make? I mean, at 15,
Yeah.
was it hard to make that adjustment?
it was because I was so deep in the streets,
Yeah.
like deep, and I had to. It was up to me to let that go.
Okay.
You know, and if I wanted something better for myself, I knew that I had to let it go. And I always thought, like, and I tell kids now these days, like, I can lead you to a path, but I can't walk it for you.
Yeah.
And that's what he was showing me.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, we got a path now.
Yeah.
I can't take a step until you take a step.
Yeah.
You know, so this is your life. You got to lead it. I'll help direct you. You know, so my pop, love him to death. That's one of my best friends. So, went to college, played football, loved it, and I always knew it was going to come to an end, and just kind of figure out, all right, what was next, what I wanted to do. Kind of in the midst of that, I got involved in some youth work.
Okay.
And got in a little bit of trouble in high school, just stupid things. And actually, something I didn't even do this time. I was innocent, you know, for this one. But that's always the one that catches you. But
They were the first ones.
Yeah, exactly. So I ended up going up to this youth camp in upstate New York. The judge said 2 years in juvie or go to a youth camp. I said, well, that's easy.
All right.
You know what I mean? So I went to upstate New York in the Adirondacks and ended up going to a youth camp up there. Loved it. And was working with youth just all around the U.S., got to travel around the world and work with youth and everything. And I was good at it, and I think it's because I could connect with people. You know, that's something I'm blessed with, and I'm humbled to have that ability to do too, you know. Just connect with people from different backgrounds and have conversations, but also push them that tough love, discipline, structure. And so I knew it was something I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
So after college, two of my cousins came up here and they actually played for the Vikings. They got drafted up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I wanted to come visit them, so I did, and we hung out. We did a fishing trip, and on the way back from Grand Marais, we stopped in Duluth and just loved the area. It was freaking beautiful up here. They wanted me to move to the cities. I was like, no, I just came from the East Coast. Like, I don't want to come to the same thing.
Yeah.
And I saw Duluth. It was big enough and small enough at the same time where I can kind of have that peace and quiet I want, but I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
So,
And you're so shy.
yeah, shy. You know what I mean? I don't talk to anybody. So, but yes, I came up here and decided, well, I should get a second major at UMD. So I did. Rode to UMD, got a second major there. Met a lot of people. Soon as I graduated, COVID hit.
Oh.
And so I got to duck all that when it come to school.
Yeah.
But I worked at Sirius for a little bit right before COVID hit. And then they laid everybody off at Sirius at the plant.
Yeah.
And in August, the job for NYS, Neighborhood Youth Services, came up. It's like, I'm going to apply. Like, this would be a dream job.
Yeah.
Before I walked out of that interview, they offered me the job. I was like,
nice.
oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I was excited and, got started there. And, now
So
here we are.
when did you came to Duluth when?
16, August of 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been in town a few years before
Yeah,
COVID,
10 years
right?
now, almost 10
So,
years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then so you've done two colleges, 2 degrees. What were those in?
Political science and the econ minor, and then physical education and the culture minor.
Oh, dang. Like, seems like the perfect toolkit
Yeah,
for
it,
the work you're
it
doing,
kind of makes
right?
sense for everything I'm
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Now, did you also, you looked at the NYS job, like, were you going in thinking, man, this would be, like, this is, I mean, sometimes you know when it's the right fit,
Yeah.
right?
I think once during that interview, I clicked with the staff that were already there so much, especially Aaron Jolino and Contrell, and I was like, man, this would be a dope crew to just kind of work with and get to know the youth in this area a little more, because Aaron been doing this for 30-something years, and Contrell grew up at NYS and was the staff. So I kind of had a feeling, even sitting there, of like, whatever it takes to get this job, I'm gonna get this job.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So once, like I said, before I even opened that front door, the director came out and was like, "Hey, we just
You're the guy.
Yeah, we want to hire you." So I was like, "Let's go work." So
A lot of people listening going, I wish that happened to me.
yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, now you've done, before we get there, you've done some other stuff in Duluth besides NYS, right? At Northwoods.
Well, okay, so that's a That's getting ahead.
Okay.
But so my first job in Duluth, period, was
Yeah.
at Kohler. I was a shuttle driver.
Oh, all right.
And dude, I used to throw car parties, like crazy techno car parties. It was wild. Like we used to have a ball, and there are people I see around town that say, dude, you drove me home one day, and it was the funnest ride of my life. I said, I don't remember you, but it probably was. Like,
Oh
we
my
used to have a ball.
God! I could see you as a rideshare driver, and it'd be like the best ride to the airport ever.
Man, it was fun. So yeah, Kohler, and then Cirrus, and then NYS. So they only had 3 jobs here.
Got it. And let's talk a little bit about NYS. So I'm guessing a lot of folks listening may not know what Neighborhood Youth Services is, kind of what the history is. So
yeah, so NYS was originally founded, I want to say it was like 91, 92. Central Hillside area in the old Washington Middle School down here. And it was started by like Scott Lyons and kind of that old guard, you know, and they wanted a resource.
Scott, former police chief here in the city of Duluth,
And they wanted a resource hub and a drop-in center for all the youth in Central Hillside.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of social services in there, resources. They said drop-in center, kids would come play basketball, get meals. And so it's been around for a long time, and we were a program of Woodland Hills, if anybody remember Woodland Hills. So when Woodland Hills closed, NYS ended up, we didn't have our own 501c3.
Yeah.
So we had to go under a parent organization first, which didn't work out. Then went under another parent organization, which didn't work out. And then I realized we really don't need a parent organization. Let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we weren't ready before, but during this time we were. And we just went for it. We ended up getting our 501c3 in two weeks and a day.
Nice.
So we got like 15, 16 days total.
Nice.
And so we ended up having to get out of the Washington Center because another entity had that contract. We went out west to the old Fit and Clean over there.
Oh, yeah.
So we had 1,000 square feet, and we were
Yeah.
running 60, 70 kids a day.
Yeah.
I was driving all the way home to cook meals and then bring all the meals back to feed the kids. It was crazy. And then, you introduced me to Dan Stone.
Yeah.
And we went over to the First Presbyterian Church, did a tour. And he was like, yeah. And we knew what the tour was for, but he said, yeah, would y'all like to program out of here? I was like, heck yeah, but we can't afford it.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, free.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? So picked up, moved over there, and
that's it. So folks that are listening, the former, now I guess, First Presbyterian Church.
Yep.
I always get this wrong. It's either the oldest building and second oldest congregation, or the other way around. I mean, It is I think that's right. Oldest building, second oldest congregation. Yeah. Yep. You know, building, beautiful, stunningly beautiful, well maintained, historic church, kind of just a block over from the new Ascension Tower.
Yep.
And I think most people, if they saw it, they'd be like, oh yeah, I know this. But what I was surprised when I went and walked through it, I mean, first of all, when you go into the sanctuary, it seats like 1,500 people.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Big
like,
balcony.
Huge stained glass.
No microphones because it's so acoustically perfect.
I walked in and I was like, TED Talks. Like, this is so
dude, I know we'll be wild in there. Yeah.
But right next door, connected, is I don't know how many square feet. It's a huge, as for their Christian education program, but classrooms, a gym, also like just in amazing shape.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah,
that's primarily
perfect.
where you're.
Yep.
Okay.
So we located on that. Technically, it's the second floor, but it's the first floor.
Okay.
We got a big commercial kitchen, gymnasium. We just built a computer lab in there, so we got about 8 or 9 computers where kids come do homework and educational stuff or apply for jobs or whatever that may look like. Activity room, and then we got a salon and a teen room upstairs, so the kids can get haircuts, do hair. And the teens get to learn just different skills.
Because I know Pastor Dan had talked about wanting to do like a barber school or something.
It's something for everybody there. Okay. So it's a lot of fun.
So do you find most of as an executive director, are you doing mostly money problems, people problems, or you directly what's a day in the life look like? Man,
my life is crazy. Honestly, I think I'm the busiest person in the city. I truly do. It's one, we take on the lives of so many people, when it comes to kids and, sometimes their parents. So I'm not a behind the desk guy. I'm not a computer guy because I want to be out where the people are. There's a lot of people that direct and they sit behind a desk and people get scared when they come out. Oh, he's here. We can't do this. It's like, yo, be yourself. I don't micromanage none of my staff. They know. Here's what we got to do. Get it done, And I hired somebody that is helping us do the finances so I can have more of that time, because I've built so many relationships in the community. I want to be able to maintain them, and they trust. They trust me and what we do. So, but, man, my day can start at 2 a.m. or my day can start at 5 a.m. It depends on the need. So,
5 a.m. is on the late side.
That's late.
Wow.
If I don't get a call by then.
All right, I'm feeling better about my days.
Yeah.
How do kids or families find you and
to be honest, we find them, and that's what we realize is having people come to you. You'll wait. You wait and you realize, and a lot of the families that we work with, you got to build trust. And you got to build trust in their space first and then welcome them into yours. So our doors, they know our doors are always open. But we go I send my staff to the schools 3-4 days a week. I coach football. One of my staff coach basketball. Another one of my staff does dance and cheer stuff. We do big community events where we go out, do trunk or treat. We see 3,000-4,000 kids and Christmas events. And so if we can meet people where they are and build that trust, that relationship, then they start flowing to our space. And that's what we want. So.
And do you find it's mostly like the kids saying, hey, I want to connect with you. I want to be in that space, or is it parents or maybe a parent saying I want to find a positive space for my kid? It's a mixture.
A mixture. So a lot of the kids that we work with are kind of just street kids. They out there kind of on their own, couch surfing, been involved in juvenile justice. So I'll go to AJC, and we do programming over there. I run diversion, so we get all the citations for all the kids in southern St. Louis County, and we reach out to them, have them come to the space, and like you say, go to the schools and things like that. So parents will reach out and say, hey, we want to get our kids involved in the program. That's usually the youngers, because parents can still control the youngers. But we get referrals from the attorney's office, the schools, AJC, everywhere, and just say, all right, let us go meet these kids. Let us build a rapport and just see what they need at the time, at the moment. How can we help? All we want to do is be a resource. Everything else will come after. And it's all about consistency, because there's a lot of people that jump in and out of these kids' lives, especially when they get in trouble. Everybody want to be there. It's like, nah, meet them when they're doing good and when they're not, and that's how you build those type of relationships. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a good insight. I always think of somebody taught me a long, long time ago, you be in a relationship so that, when you need help or need something, you have that conversation. That can't be the first time someone hears from you. So sort of like you're saying, when a kid's in trouble, that can't be when everybody shows up.
Exactly.
Be a part of their entire story, so that when there is trouble, you've got relationship, you've got trust, you've got I know this person, and either they know they can turn to you, or when you're there, they know they can trust you.
For sure. And the goal is to try to catch kids when they're doing good, because if they're doing good, then we can help them avoid that.
Stay on the good.
That negativity. Don't get me wrong. I expect kids to get in trouble. I expect you to do dumb things that's going to warrant consequences. Learn it now. Because if I catch you at 16, 17, you stubborn by then. And then you're adult, it's over. I know me. I'm stubborn as hell. It's hard to get me to change anything. So I got to go in that mindset when it comes to these kids. You want them to change? All right. How would I expect somebody to approach me to change? That's how I need to do that with them. You know, so make it natural, make it something that they feel like that they want to do, not that they're forced to do.
I love your approach of it's not like a flyer, a Facebook page, even a booth at something. It's like, I'm going to go be where they are.
Exactly.
My staff's going to go be where they are, because that just lowers all the barriers to being approachable, right? I've got a relationship with you as coach or as an instructor or whatever, and then that's sort of like opening the door and inviting someone in.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you see a lot of the kids you work with sort of growing into roles of being mentors or helping helping the next generation?
Yeah, so a lot of the teens, we purposely will put in leadership roles.
Okay.
So if one of my staff is running a group, I'll tell them, grab a team, let them run the group this week, and then get their ideas for the following group. Because if it's their ideas, then they want to make sure it's been done right. They get excited. Oh, I got to come up with this. I got to do this. They post it on their social media. That's exciting for them, And a lot of things we look and see, all right, what are they into these days? What are they watching? What are they listening to? Tie that into a lot of what we're doing. Then they want to get involved a little bit more too. Once it's something that they feel like is going to resonate with them and their friends. A lot of time as adults, we put our reservations on kids, and it's like, kids don't care about that. Or they want to get all these kids in a room and sit down and have a kumbaya. I'm not sitting down and having a kumbaya. No. Let's have real, authentic conversations. Come up with things that one, they're struggling with, that they talk about amongst their friends. Then they open. Now the filters are off. I tell people that want to come in and volunteer, I said, one, you're going to get cussed out. You will. They will call you, I can't even say the words, but just know you're going to get it. But all it is them trying to see, are you going to be consistent or are you going to walk away? If you can handle it, and I tell them, say, hey, get back with them. Obviously, don't cuss at them, but get with them. They need to know, too, that you're not just going to be a pushover.
Right.
And us correcting them is not us being mean or punishing. It's just saying, hey, we have a standard in our building. We got structure and discipline in our building. It's okay to mess up here and there, but, when you walk in here, And now we got kids that'll tell, like our teens will tell the youngers, yo, Pez don't play that in here, or Yvonne and Aaron, they get on you for that, And then the little kids are like, are you right? So we got
starting to see your norms and
exactly, that down to trickling down. So, and it's natural.
What a great, I imagine you've got folks that come to volunteer that don't have the same backstory you do or some others. And so the first time a kid may cuss them out, they're like, and it's like, they're testing, right?
That's all it is.
So many adults in their lives not be there for them. And
and not be consistent.
You're just going to be one of those too. So,
100%.
So when you come back, it's probably like, oh, wow, okay, this is different. How do you see NYS working with other youth serving agencies in town, whether it's like Parks and Rec at the city or Boys and Girls Club, or, we've got a lot of the Y. I mean, how do all the organizations work together? Do they work together?
So I'm big on collaboration. I am. One, nonprofits aren't a place you go to get rich. We aren't going to have $100 million endowments or so we always look for ways to collab to take things off of our plate. And if another organization is doing it, we're not recreating it. I'm not happening. So. Right now, our kids, every summer we partner with the Boys and Girls Club to run the basketball league through the summer. So our kids they're there right now, about to start in 7 minutes. So we got all the kids at all the youth agencies all meet at the Boys and Girls Club. We buy jerseys, and then we split them up evenly on teams. They do a quick talk, check in with the kids, and then they play. And then they even pause games if they see kids getting angry. They talk through it. Here's how we work on this. If you need a break, step out. We get you back in. So, but then, like I said, we do community events where we invite everybody to come either table or just wear your merch and get up and walk to people. Stop having people walk to your table. Nobody cares what that pamphlet say. They're going to take it because it's a nice thing to do. But are you truly connecting? Are you walking up to this person, saying, my name is this. Here's what we do. How's this and this going? How, what age kids you got or whatever. I'm big on getting as many of these resources to people as possible. And I know that there's no way we can do it by ourselves. I only got 7 staff. And we run 60, 70 kids a day. And I'm almost never there. I'm always out in the community dealing with the toughest of the kids we got,
Well, like you said, building the relationships.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't partner and collaborate if people don't have the relationship.
Exactly.
So
So
you see the multiple organizations and agencies as a good thing in terms of
even police departments, we invite them in, they come play basketball. They come do dodgeball with the kids. The fire department comes out. They've been doing the splash pads and stuff.
Nice.
So there are so many ways we want to collab. And I don't want our kids to be afraid of these entities that they may hear social media talk about or demonize all police or demonize all white males, you know, over the age of 50 or whatever. I want them to know, like, hey, you belong in these rooms, and we're only going to invite people in our space that's going to respect y'all.
Right.
You know, so as much as we want them to trust us, it's vice versa too. Yeah. And the people that come into our space, we let them know before, hey, here's what we expect. Right. You know, and here's what our kids are going to expect. Treat them with respect too. Right. You know, so.
Okay, before we pick up a new topic, so if someone wants to volunteer or be financially supportive, like, what's the one easy step they can take?
nysduluth.org.
Okay.
Just go on that website. We got ways to fill out volunteer forms, to donate, to see all our events, to check out the latest pictures and things we've done with the kids, and a Neighborhood Youth Services, Inc. on Facebook and Instagram. You can always check out.
Okay.
So,
Right. Look for NYS. We'll put information in the copy as well. So we sort of teased this at the beginning, but you've had your own podcast for how long?
Gosh, man.
A while.
It's been a while. Yeah, I bet it's been like 3 years now.
Okay.
Maybe 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to be on it, which was super fun.
It was dope, man. It was fun.
I love and I don't know. I mean, we're now like, we'll be on equal playing space here for a minute, but I always think it's like, I leave learning so much. I mean, many people, like I know, even may have felt like I knew well, but you know, I think of, I don't think I've not left an interview like, oh wow, like I learned something about this person or about, I think of interviewing Nathan Bentley, and you know, we're kind of in that big event category. We're talking about Bentleyville, and like, learned he started his business in his bedroom as like a teenager, and like the whole path. And it's just like, I mean, is that, have you found that in? Oh,
for sure. So the reason I started, you know me, I love talking to people. Yeah. The reason I started this podcast, so I got a poker group of guys, and it's me, Johnny Goldfine, William Watson, Wes, Bill Olsen, like Rob Finnegan, like some of these big name guys that's all around.
It's a heavy hitter group.
Oh, it's a wild group. And we have so much fun. On Fridays, that's our thing. Cigar, poker, crazy conversation. And you sit around and you look at this table, you like, one, I always say, how the hell did I end up at this table? But you hear stories, and people all the time, they know these names, but they don't know the people.
Yes, for sure.
So I say, you know what we're going to do? I told my boys, I said, I'm going to start a podcast, and I'm going to hear their story from birth to where we are now. Yeah. So, you know, I always start with, tell me about baby whoever, baby Roger. Yep. You know, and we go back, and I want the people to hear about the people that's in their community that they put trust in certain things in. Yeah. You know, to hear their stories. And I'm telling you, there's not one episode where I walked away and said, that was boring. People shock me. Yeah. Like, I mean, and I judge everybody. I hate when people say, I don't judge. I judge every person that walk in the room with me. It's a guard of mine, it is what it is. Judge me, please do. But when I hear
this is Jersey showing.
Oh yeah, this Jersey.
It's not a Minnesota.
It's Jersey. No, it's not. No, he passive aggressive. I love him. But when you get to hear their stories, like Dan Fanning, you see him clean cut, comb over. That's my dog, though. You know that. You hope you watch it. When I heard Dan's story, I said, "This is the most shocking." You could have gave me 100 guesses, I never would have guessed. Yeah. But Deb DeLuca, dope story. Oh, I mean, like. Yeah. John Goldfine, you like, how did you end up where you are? Amazing story. Stories for weeks, you know. Yeah. But I love just the knowledge I take from it too. Like I learn so much just about whether business or life or relationships. And, you know, we do the thing at the end where we say if you can go back to your younger self and give a piece of advice. Yeah. I love that part. There's been a couple times I almost teared up. I was like, damn, that's brilliant. Right. It's absolutely brilliant. And I take some of that back to my kids at the center, you know, to teach those lessons and stuff. So, yeah. I
mean, I love that birth to, you know, whatever. And I know when we did it, we're not talking politics, we're not talking none of that stuff. Yeah, it's life. And I think in an era where so much is online, we tend to make caricatures of people.
100%.
And so what you're doing is like, hey, you know these names, you maybe know some of like what they've done in our community, but how about getting to know the person,
exactly,
and not just kind of the caricature that
the headlines,
you maybe had in your mind about it. Yeah,
exactly.
So, why? Like, where's the Joe McCord connection? How did you end up in his garage?
So that's Joe McCord one. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday!
I did. I saw that.
Me and Joe just got matching tests today.
Did you really?
We just came from getting matching tests. And it's Proverbs 18:24. It's his verse about brothers. But this is my best friend in the whole world. We actually met because we were both running for city council at the same time.
Okay.
We got introduced to each other by Mike Ledica.
Oh.
Over at Spoons.
That makes sense.
Yeah, rest in peace, Spoons. Great spot. Yeah. But, we went over there and just chit-chatted.
Mike is a connector.
Yeah, he's a connector. He's the man. And he coached football as well. He started the DFL Junior Football League, and he invited me, and he knew I played football. He's like, dude, you should coach. I said, all right, so me and him coach together and just day one hit it off.
Yeah.
And I talked to Joe probably 50 times a day. Like, one of the first people I talked to after I talked to my partner on the phone, and the last person I talked to during the day when I talked, it's crazy. Like, that's my boy. We always together,
awesome.
So, and obviously we do the podcast in his garage.
Yeah.
And he got just a dope setup. And, of just old signs and old.
You drive out there, you walk up, and you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
and then you walk in, and you're like, dang.
Yep. Dan Hanger thought it was a green screen. And some people say, what bar are you at? It's like, dude, this is a bar. This is his actual garage. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, tell me about the name.
Light skin. So I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a pot stirrer. Like, gave me.
Also, not Minnesota.
Yeah, no, not Minnesota. Not at all. But so it's mainly a play on like being transparent.
Yeah.
Like so many people are tough skinned and they don't want anybody to know who they are, super guarded, which is, I get it, but there's some point where if you don't want to be judged or looked at a certain way, tell your story.
Yeah.
Let people hear it from your mouth so they don't gotta. I'm an overthinker. Most people are.
Yeah.
If I gotta formulate something, it is. I promise you right now, it probably ain't even close to what it is.
Yeah.
So it's like we want to make the space comfortable where you can sit back, relax. You forget you even on the podcast.
Yeah.
And just be you.
Yeah.
Be who you are when the lights are off, the cameras are off. That's what we want. So that's where light skin comes from.
I love that it's meant to like. I think. Minnesota culture, we are not confrontational.
Yeah.
Like we do passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Like no, I mean the fact that we can't zipper merge is such a like, So like we always need to be pushed to get a little uncomfortable. One of my friends says, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yep.
And so when I saw your name and what you were doing, I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna. Some people are not gonna like that.
Oh, dude, man, we've had some messages on there. This one person said, "Well, I'm white. I'm not light skinned." I was like, "Oh my gosh, how are we getting into this right now?" But guess what? It's a topic of conversation.
Right.
At least you're on my page, and now you can look and see what we're about.
Right.
So it's hilarious.
So no end in sight. Like you're loving it.
We going, man.
All right.
And now we do food reviews too.
I know you got to. Okay, so you got to talk about that.
Yeah. Yep.
You even did a food festival.
We did. Yep, last year. Yep.
So I did a photo between Joe and Pez. Like I am not a big guy to begin with. Man, you two made me look like a child.
Yeah.
So.
But our food podcast is Taste Twin Ports.
Yeah.
So we go to all of the locally owned restaurants all throughout the Twin Ports, and we just try their food. We never give a bad review because we want people to go out and experience these things.
Yeah.
And we make our videos like top to bottom. Like here's everything they have to offer. Here's the gift shop. Here's shots in the kitchen. Here's stuff from each part of the menu. Meet the owner. I mean, it is a dope experience because places I've been to 20, 30 times, when we do the video, it's almost like, damn, I've never been here.
Oh, interesting.
Because you're experiencing everything now. Whole different way.
Like behind the curtain.
Exactly, yeah. And it makes that experience so much more like, okay, this is Duluth now.
Yeah.
This is Superior. This is, these areas that, like I said, we walk by and we see every day. But do you truly know the history of this place?
Yeah.
How it got started? What's on the secret menu items? Because the secret menu get people.
Yeah.
We got a lot of those too, so yeah.
No, I think of, there was a story that the Chamber Magazine did about a Hanson's own Johnson Bakery.
Oh, yeah.
And I've loved the place for forever. I'm a donut guy, and I didn't know anything about their story. So going and doing that and telling more of the, hey, you might be here for 45 minutes or an hour, but and many times this is somebody's life's work.
Exactly.
And maybe it's been passed down within their family life's work. So, Well, what do you do when you're not like doing a podcast and doing another podcast and like taking calls at 5 a.m. for the kids in our community? Like, do you have free time? There's the answer.
Yes and no. It's like that for a reason. I always want to be available to our kids, and it take a lot of stress off our staff. But a lot of, if I'm not working, whatever that means, I'm out hanging with friends. Like tonight, I'm going to the street dance in Two Harbors. So I love live music. I love being out.
Mayor Connor, up in Two Harbors. Pez is coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
Yep. So just social interactions, or I might sit at home and play with my dogs and watch anime. I'm a big anime guy. So.
But you're a board member too on
downtown Duluth. Yep. So
You've done the singing with
Singing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we won Judge's Choice. That was fun.
What song did you do?
That Hamilton song.
Hamilton song.
Yep.
All right.
My Shot.
Okay.
My Shot. Hamilton song.
Years ago, it was a different singing thing, and I really wanted to do a Jimmy Buffett song, but someone took it. So I did Brown Eyed Girl. Did not do very well.
Hey, that's all right.
I do some things well. That was not one of them. So, Well, okay. So we are coming to the end of our time to have this conversation. So we've got our 5 questions. There were a couple I almost asked you because it was just coming up in the conversation. And I had to like intentionally be like, don't go there. So a couple of these are food related.
Okay.
I think you're going to I don't want to get you into a tough spot with your podcast, but best place to get pizza in Duluth. Not Superior, not anywhere, in Duluth.
In Duluth. People going to hate this.
It's always a good
They going to hate this. Oh, well, actually, they're not going to hate it. Because I was going to say something, but I remembered. For our first food review was, not Bent Paddle, but Ursa Minor.
Oh.
Whoo.
Yeah.
Ursa Minor, that man, it's not even close. It's not close. Shout out to Sammy's, too, but I'm going to tell you right now.
Ursa?
Ursa is different.
All right.
Ursa is different. Yeah.
Have you done them yet?
That was our first. That was our first one, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Donuts or ice cream? Are you a sweets or a savory?
The crazy thing is I really don't eat a lot of sweets. I love cheesecake, but that's really it. If I had to choose donuts or ice cream, I'm going to go ice cream.
Okay.
Because donuts up here.
Yeah. Johnson's, though.
It's good.
Johnson's.
Yeah. The water up here, and here's what I've learned about dough. The water in Duluth is too good to make good. Oh, yeah. You need nasty water. That's why New York City's pizza and their donuts and bagels, they're the best in the world.
All right.
Worst water I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that's terrible.
There was some joke about city services in there, and I'm just going to leave it. So, but you would pass on sweets generally.
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't.
I would pass.
A beer, not I can walk on by, but like a donut or the other day we were at the retirement party for Ken Bueller and they're bringing around cake and I'm like, no, the one that has the corner piece. And then Amber's like scraping the frosting off hers and putting it on
I'm like that
mine.
too. I don't like frosting.
It's just cake is just a holder for frosting.
That's funny.
Put the sugar right in my veins. So, okay, favorite Duluth event of the year.
Whippersnapper races, hands down. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. I'm going to tell you right now, and people know, they know I'm down there.
Yeah.
I'm at the finish line. I cheer every kid on. I take the pom-poms from the Vikings cheerleaders, and I'm acting a fool. Acting a fool.
This year's the first, in many years, the first year I didn't go down to run
you
with
were
the
down
kids,
there,
because I was running the full the next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need every step I have to survive this thing. But it's so fun. To see their, I get what you get out of your day job, to get their energy and enthusiasm, and to see just people supporting kids, whether they're their kids or not.
It's
really
the best.
Matter.
I'll say that and graduation week.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids we work with a lot of them are the first to graduate in their family.
Yeah.
Dude, I cry every year.
Yeah.
And we hit every school. We don't miss a school. We go to every graduation. Yeah, so.
In some towns, the mayor will be up and help with the diplomas, superintendent. I'm interested.
Just that.
Yeah. Favorite view in Duluth?
Tom Stender's deck. Hands down.
I wasn't even done explaining the question.
Not even close. Tom Stender, that's one of my best friends. That's my dog. Stender, if y'all ever get an invite to Stender's house, you're going to say, what? Dude, it's beautiful.
All right.
You see,
I've not had an invite.
you see every piece of Duluth.
Wow.
All the way out to Superior.
Wow.
It's
right.
legendary.
That is a unique answer,
It is,
Tom
yeah.
Cinderstack.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. You have somebody coming in town to visit. What do you take them to see?
To be honest, NYS. That's the first place I take everybody.
Yeah.
And purely because it's like, this is what I love.
Yeah.
Like, for me, when I think about Duluth, that's it. One, first.
Yeah.
I want people to come see, like, one is culture too. People got a misconception of Duluth. Ain't no black people there. Ain't no culture. It's like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
They walk in NYS like, where are we? You in Duluth?
Yeah.
This is Duluth, Central Hillside. You know, and your kids coming from everywhere, but this is everybody.
Yeah.
We don't exclude no one. You know, so yeah. It's
And
a
also
little
getting
piece
some
of
history.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the beautiful architecture. Like I love when I got a tour of that church just to learn the history of the place.
It's
and
beautiful.
it takes you back in time in Duluth, and then to be downtown where it's like downtown Duluth is still the heart of our community.
It is.
Like, no
It
matter
is.
what people say. So cool. Well, brother, thanks for taking time to be.
Yeah, man,
this
this
is
is fun,
great to
dude.
have
Heck
the roles
yeah.
reversed and
Yeah.
get a chance for you to be my guest after being yours.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate your time. As always, like getting a chance to us know, like as we talked about, for people to not be caricatures, to be the people that are in our community, passionate about what they do, like giving of themselves. Like you're talking about what your day looks like. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that looks like, and it's hard to call it like a job because it's really a lifestyle.
It is. It truly is.
For sure. So
it truly is.
well, great to have you on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And friends, thanks for joining us for another edition of Welcome to Duluth. And we'll keep going on this. It's one of my favorite things to do as mayor. And I hope that you'll come back and join us again when we have our next conversation. So until then, take good care.